Oh, what a disaster. What did I do? Oh, look where I am. All the way down here. I actually cocked this one up. When all the crosses were on there on the weekend, well, after the weekend, since when all the crosses were on there, I'm waffling now, I wrote down where I was going to put my cross. And it was going to be near the average, because the average was 1625, 796. And I was going to go 1611, 801. And I wrote that down. And when I actually come to put the cross on there, I put it at 1611, 901, which was 100 pixels lower than I said I was going to put it. And I couldn't figure out why I was down there when I remembered it was going to be on the line up there. So I actually should have been about 20 pixels below where this one was, but about 100 and odd, where our average was, about 100 and odd to the left, which I think would have been either on the edge of zone 2 or just outside zone 2. So where I should have been was about 100 pixels higher than where I am now, which I think would have still put me in zone 3. It wouldn't have helped me, but it wouldn't have looked as ridiculous as it does now. So that was my own fault for not reading my own coordinate properly. Plonker, Rodney. So that's what I am. Let's have a look at what the judges did then. Here we are, 8 judges this week. Bit of an odd one, I suppose. There are a few, like we expected, that have gone up, and a couple have gone a bit lower, but most of them seem to think that he's looking reasonably level along there. And there is one, like we had on our average, over to the right there. Obviously, because it's so far away from the cluster, they're going to take that one out. I don't know if they'll take that bottom one out as well. Maybe not. They may leave the 7 in and just take that one out. But yeah, quite a spread from the judges there, isn't it? It's not really, I mean, there's 2 together by there, but other than that, it's not really much of a tight cluster. So let's see what they did. Yeah, they took Liam's out. They took the nutty one out on the right-hand side and just used 7 crosses there. So I think our average was good for the height. We were only, like I said, about 20 pixels, I think it was, out from the height. Might have been less than that. I think mine was 20 pixels out. But we were about 20 pixels out height-wise, which you probably wouldn't even be able to tell the difference looking at the photo on the screen, because 20 pixels is absolutely nothing. But we were much further to the left than this one is. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. I didn't win. In fact, I don't even know who won yet. I haven't looked to see who the winner was or what he's won, because I've been out and about and I come back and the results were here. So let's have a look at this week's picture. Alrighty then, there's my one cross right there. So why have I put it there? Well, if we took a look at the guy on the right who's practicing his dance moves, it looks as though you could follow his sort of, if I draw a line from his middle of his forehead-ish, but there, in line with his head, you're looking up there. But when I look at his eyeball, he's looking to his right, quite a bit to his right, which would put it, he's looking over there somewhere. So I've gone in the middle of those two, obviously, because if the judges go both sides of that, then we're looking for an average, aren't we? Now, when we look at this fella over here, the one that's about to punch the dancer in the face, and he's being held back by his mate, the line of his head looks as though he's looking along this area somewhere. However, again, when you look at his eyeball, where's his eyeball? Oh, there. He's looking up. So he's looking up there somewhere. Now, of course, where we think it is irrelevant, like I always say. So it all depends on where the judges are going to look at it. Now, if the judges look at it and just take it on the angle of his head, then some of them are going to go lower. If they actually do make the effort to look at his eyeball, then they're going to go higher. So again, I've tried to go in the middle. So I think some of them will go up in that top line, some of the judges will go in the bottom line, and the same with the dancer. I think some will go that far left and some will go that far right. So I've tried to go as middle-ish as I can for now. I mean, this is subject to change throughout the week. I know some of you say, oh, it's terrible, you're way out, whatever. Yeah, probably am. But the more I look at it through the week, then I think, yeah, you're right, I'll change that, I'll move that about. But at the moment, because I think he might be even looking even further left. I definitely think he's looking further left than where I put the cross. But again, I think some of the judges will go further to the right because of the angle of his head. And I think they'll ignore the eyes. And of course, that's the point. We've got to decide the average of where we think the judges are going to go. So that's what I am for now, 28661217. I'll put that as the first cross in the comments, first coordinate. Excellent result last week, guys. We had 20, I think it was 20 coordinates submitted. So let's do that again this week. I'll leave mine there first if you can leave a coordinate. And it seemed to work better that a lot of you put the coordinates in with a sentence of words rather than just the coordinates on its own. So I don't know if we lost any or whether we actually had them all last week. So Revcomps then. You may have noticed they've changed. Instead of on Thursday putting next Thursday's pictures up, cars, vans, whatever, bikes, they're not doing that now. They're doing so Monday night, last night, as they were drawing, in fact it was before they drew them, but as they're doing the one draw, then they'll put up the cars and vehicles for the next draw, which is Thursday. And on Thursday, now they said it's because people want shorter competitions. They want them to end within a few days so they can get on with it. And that's probably right. And I think what they've done is a good idea. However, I had to think about, well, what would be in it for them? Why would they have decided to do this in the first place? And then I thought, it's probably because if there's two lots of cars in there, you've got a bigger choice. So if, for example, they had next Thursdays, which is these, and then after last night they'd also put next Mondays, you might not want to buy a ticket on anything on Thursday because there's nicer stuff on Monday, and you think, okay, well in that case they're not selling all the tickets for Thursday then, are they? Because people are going for the week after. So if they hold them back, you can only buy tickets for Thursday, and that's what people will do. And I think that's what people did last night when they started doing it, is they could only buy the tickets. So most of them sold out last night, which was better. So it has worked better for them. I mean, there had to be a reason for them to do it, otherwise. But they sold us the idea of it's better for us, and in some respects it is. So I can't take that away from them. But what have we got? Well, Aston Martin DB11 and 30k, or £100,000 cash alternative. Of course, I've got one ticket on that because I want to go for the cash alternative. I have stopped buying them on the cars because I realised I was just being greedy trying to win another car. Well, that's not really what I want. I want cash or a camper van. Jeep Wrangler Buzz. I've got no use for that at all. And I think the tickets were expensive on that. I can't remember. I might be making that up. The 2023 Volkswagen camper. Normally there's £5,000 with these, but it's £2,000 with this one, probably because the camper van is dearer because it's a 2023. So I got 2 tickets on that. I quite like the look. I'm not going to buy a ticket on it because I just said I wouldn't buy tickets on any more cars unless it was a cash alternative. Actually, there is on the Jeep. That's a £50,000 cash alternative, but I think the tickets were about 27 or 28 quid or something. Yeah, this Mercedes A200. Now, I always say I don't like these because they're pig ugly. Because it's the A35 AMGs and the A45 AMGs. To me, they're horrible. They're like the fat girl at the nightclub who's covered in makeup and 6-inch long eyelashes. And I think, if you took all the cosmetics off, they'd probably be lovely and pretty underneath. And that's what I say about these things, is that without the spoilers, the side skirts, and all the nonsense on them, it's quite a nice looking car. This one's the 1400 AMG line, so it's got all the extras on it, pops along a bit. I think 0 to 60 is about 7.7, good on fuel, automatic this one as well. So that's a nice car, and if I was looking for a car I would actually play for that, but I'm not, so I won't. You've got the Volkswagen Amarok 3-litre V6 diesel. Yeah, I've got no use for that, and I haven't looked at the ticket prices. But looking at the price of the amount of tickets, just under 2,000, they're not going to be cheap. And this looks like fun. This Renault Megane RS Trophy, 300 horsepower. I bet that's an absolute hoot to drive around in. But no, I'm sticking to my guns, not buying tickets for cars, apart from the Aston Martin because of the 100,000. I'm just sticking to camper vans or motorhomes or whatever they come on in now. And it's 3 bikes if you're into bikes. Anyway, guys, let me know how you got on, and leave a coordinate for me for the weekend, and we'll make another video. And good luck to all of you.